he's going for layer tech, and really, not to say that this is late in the game for it, but definitely a little bit late. It's about 7 minutes in, and I would have expected layer tech a little bit earlier. A lot of zealots produced for Incontrol, though, in the meantime. Looks like he's going to start moving out in the, right here, and probably just in time for the speed upgrade as soon as he gets up. As you can see, it's about 3/4 finished, and I would expect as soon as he'll camp them right outside and outside of one of Incontrol's base, and just send them in once he feels like they're first of all weapons 1 upgrades, and as soon as he gets that movement upgrade. In the meantime, a couple lings coming down for a bit of a scout, and they're gonna run right into these zealots. It looks like they're gonna run across each other briefly. One zergling going down, but that's going to give an indication to Incontrol that he needs to kind of set up a little bit of a defense. He does have a ton of zerglings up here, as you can see, and yeah, that's a decent amount of zealots. So this is gonna be an interesting confrontation, and really these zealots could go either direction. Now they're speed upgraded, now they're running in, and it's gonna be difficult for them to come to the left. We'll see. And wow, zerglings encountering all over the place in the middle, and we'll see who comes out in this fight. I think there's more zerglings than there are really zealots to contend here, but as you can, yeah, and just absolutely trapped. That was an excellent job of Incontrol kind of surrounding the zealots. So even if these zealots do come out on top, which I don't think they are, as you can see, only 2 left, and they're starting to run away. More reinforcing here, though. They're not going to be able to break the sunken colonies in the meantime. And let's see another weapons upgrade. So basically, Incontrol, or I'm sorry, G5 going to go. It looks like he has Templar out now. I didn't even see the Templar archives go down. Looks like they're right there. Let's see if he doesn't look like he has Psystorm going yet, but going for basically a very large ground infantry type build. In the meantime, as you can see, the zealot push has been effectively pushed back, and I would expect lurkers in not too long. As you can see, lurker tech almost done. And another melee upgrade, and probably just a couple lurkers. So let's see if basically Incontrol can deny this expansion right here. That's going to be really key. If he can deny that expansion right here, High Templar and these with these Archons, not going to be as effective. But really, I don't feel like Incontrol really has a lot right now to push this off. If he does manage to get lurkers before G5 manages to get any sort of detection out, basically, because right now, as you can see, G5 kind of relying on those cans for detection, and spotted out, those Archons did manage to basically push off those Zerglings, and a couple cannons going down. But yeah, so going to rely on these cans for detection against the lurkers. That's going to be a little bit, I think that's going to put G5 a little bit on his heels. He did manage to get this expansion up. He is going to be able to mine out of it for a brief period of time. Let's see if we've got 2 lurkers coming down now. I don't know if they're going to be in time, and I don't know. Basically, I think they're probably going to absolutely rampage by these cannons, and I think it looks like Incontrol does realize that. He's starting to back them off, being a little hesitant with them. So all these cannons going to be in. So basically, too many cannons for those lurkers to really be all that effective. 4 lurkers coming down, and I feel like G5 does have a sufficient force here with enough backup. Basically, 4 cannons, 4 zealots, and 2 archons to kind of fight off this attack. But we'll see if there's kind of a clever attack, some lings at the front basically to distract the forces back. And it looks like actually, Incontrol is going to go shift around to the back. Let's check the front door. We got just Archons being pumped here. Psystorm not on its way yet, and a large grouping at the front here. In the meantime, Incontrol has expanded again. A little bit of an engagement here, and as you can see, G5 has to now researching Psystorm, but and he's going to have to rely on that Psystorm to take care of these lurkers. But in the meantime, he's kind of locked in his base, and really, I think if Incontrol really wants to take the advantage here, he needs to just push out, take the rest of the territory. Now that he basically kind of has that movement advantage, another forge going down for probably double upgrades, and a lone Hydralisk getting killed there on the front door, I think just to test, and that's going to draw these forces over. In the meantime, Incontrol getting a lot of information from these overlords. He sees that this expansion's up. I think he knows the number of cannons that are down here and has this large force camped here. And the question is, G5 kind of spread thin. He can't. It's hard to defend both fronts here. He now has that observer out, so he's going to be able to easily handle all these lurkers. But actually, doesn't have a large force, and they're kind of bitten up in a pin, and it looks like that front door going down, losing 1 lurker, but a lot of forces. Wow, as you can see, G5 not able to dedicate a lot of forces to these lurkers, because even if he can see them, as Moletrap once said, it doesn't matter because you're going to get torn to hell by all the lurkers that are down. Excuse the language. And more lurkers burrowing all over this expansion, and Incontrol definitely. Now G5 is going to push in kind of with a split attack and try to take down what he can. Managed to take down 3 lurkers, 4 lurkers, but still a decent amount of damage. That front door is open. Let's see if if Incontrol decides to flood more forces down. It doesn't look like he does have any forces en route. I think that's a mistake, because I think if he had a lot of zerglings or even some more lurkers en route, he would have been able to take that out. but instead gathering some forces. He has looks like he's going to use some scourges to try to take out basically the observers and use lurkers as his main force. Ultralisk cavern going up. He already has hive tech. He does have a spire up, as you can see by the lurkers, and so he's going to go for more of an ultralisk build. We'll see if he decides to dedicate kind of scourges, but as you can see, went for the expansion that only has minerals, so I would expect kind of more of a Ling Ultralisk build. It looks like he's going to, I would say he's probably going to skip defilers at the moment, and a lot of gateways going down for G5. He's building a single Dark Templar here and getting the range upgrade, so he might very quickly shift into kind of a Dragoon High Templar with Psystorm and Dark Templar type build. I think what he's kind of expecting is he's expecting the Darkstorm, reinforcing his front with a couple cannons there, and still has this large grouping in between. And really, G5 kind of has opened up the game. He can go wherever he wants, and I feel like he's going to strike here in a second as soon as he gathers up a decent sized force out of all these gateways here. He's got that Dark Templar and really going to kind of just going to shove up. And the question is where is he going to go? In the meantime, this is the mistake I feel. I feel like Incontrol hasn't really controlled hasn't gone and taken the rest of the territory when he had the opportunity. When he basically knew that G5 wasn't going to press out of his base and kind of pressing in an attack and didn't reinforce it. And I really feel like he could have reinforced it there. A lot of Zerglings out though, and now that Ultralisk speed upgrading, as you can see, and still dedicating basically probably 2-2 upgrades here. Yeah, 2-2 going for 3-3 versus just kind of the weapon upgrade for each of these zealots and archons. So yeah, we're going to see a massive Psystorm zealot push here. Going to chase this overlord all the way back to the base, and it looks like G5 now going for the jugular, going for a direct attack on kind of the kind of main three hatcheries. And the question is he could I don't think he's going to go for the main here, but as you can see, a couple Ultralisks out, but I'm not sure if those Ultralisks are going to be all that effective. G5 pulling back because this is a decent sized force.